Hey guys, it's your boy 14 Fluffies here today with another DN Duel. I believe I came in late. This is the beginning of game 2, and we see a Foolish Burial for Graf, so we have PK Fire, and off Graf he gets Seer. He will then normal summon Skarm, and then presumably overlay for Dante. He mills 3, he hits another Seer, which is really good because he will probably get Graf back from Graveyard. So, and if he does decide to, and he does have a Skarm in Grave if he decides to use it. So, yeah, he gets Graf back from Grave. He special summons Skarm, so that means he will not get an end phase search with Skarm. And then he mills a Shaddoll Dragon and a Cloak, for his Phantom Knight's Cloak. He will then add Ragged Gloves from the Cloak. And then he pitches his Skarm for hand for Beatrice. Too bad he will not get any Scourges off of any Skarms, so, because he's special summoned from hand. So, yeah. And then he sets one and passes. The card we know in his hand is obviously the Ragged Gloves. Okay, so he starts off with Abductor and a Raccoon to presumably start putting counters on the Abductor, get searches, so he MSTs the Raccoon for an extra counter. And then he activates a second Raccoon and chains Twin Twisters. That's GG. Probably, if he was committing to that, he probably had no other plays outside of that, so yeah, he wouldn't have been able to come back versus a Dante and a Beatrice, so yeah. We got, the names of our two players are the Dawn 94, and I can't pronounce another name, it's also really small, so yeah. So the Dawn, and then the Dracopal player, okay, so the Dracopal player lays the Unicorn and the Ariadne and the P-Scales and Pendulum Summon Sorcerer, so we can get the 2 searches, I believe, Geek Turtle and Monkey Board, and you probably will be adding a Strike. Yep, just as I thought. So, yeah. And of course he's going to be activating the Geek Turtle and the Monkey Board, because why not? That's free +2. And you will get his Joker, another plus, which will add him another Sorcerer. And he exceeds for Abyss Dweller, and he sets 2, I think, and passes. And then immediately activates Abyss Dweller and draw phase, so he limits his opponent's options. So, what will the Dawn do to counteract this field? His options are extremely limited right now because of that Abyss Dweller, but we'll see. Okay, so he activates Magical Spring so that he will draw 2 cards. And he will have to discard 1 because of because of Magical Explosion being Magical Spring being face up upon resolution. And he pitches to Talking Board. It's kind of dead in hand anyway, so why not just get rid of it? And if you're not going to draw any Terratops, then it's pretty much useless anyway. So yeah, I can see why he would discard that. Normal summon Shaddoll Dragon. Well, that's one way to out of this Dweller, I guess. So yeah, that works, and he doesn't have to give up any resources to do it. Oh, end phase MST. For a Fogblade. That's pretty good. Okay, so Pendulum Summon 3 for okay, and then the Sorcerer. It's a little bit laggy, so yeah, when I recorded this, so that's just something that has to be a thing. And of course, the Monkey Board is not destroyed because the effect of Magical Spring, only Ariadne will be popped, which means he will be only able to search 1 card off of a Sorcerer, because he only was able to pop 1 card. So he'll get his 1 card from Sorcerer, and he will get his search off Ariadne. So yeah, it's Lizard Draw, and then it reveals 3 Psalms, Psalm Strike, Psalm Warning, and a Psalm Scolding. I would personally say give him a Scolding, just because he already has a back row set, but the Dawn decides to give him a Strike, which I don't necessarily agree with, because why would you want to give your opponent a Strike when you know they already have 1 set? And then he just goes for Majester and passes, after setting 2 more in his back row. And I believe he adds Raccoon from the Majester search. Yep, that's Raccoon. Presumably to get Kieran, which is so good this format, it's not even fair. And then he normal summons Boots, specials another Boots to go for Dante. Even though you know he has a Strike back there and you have nothing to get back with Dante, why would you go for Dante when Breaksword would just be better? So yeah, because if you have Breaksword, you could at least get stuff back from Breaksword. So he gets a Fogblade, pretty irrelevant. He has a Fogblade in Graveyard, so I'm not sure why he's not getting a Boots back from Graveyard by banishing the Fogblade. So yeah, he activates Sky Iris, and let's see. Oh, he just scoops. Well, yeah. If you guys liked the video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.